Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're going to be starting up a new series. I know you guys probably saw the last uploaded video, and it's NES/SNES related. This video is also NES/SNES related. What's going on, right? Well, first off, for all my basketball fans, the Cavs are in the Eastern Conference Finals, so I'm geeked about that. I've made it a point to tell everybody, it doesn't matter if you care about it or not, that is the case. That's what's going on, and I'm geeked. Probably the most exciting thing that's happening in my life right now. But still, though, in regards to the series, we talked a lot about gaming software. I kind of phrased it in the same way where I was reminiscing on games I liked, games that I've been collecting over the years, and just, each one that has individual stories attached to them. Whether or not I've played them, which y'all probably already know the reasons or the answer to a lot of those. But here, I'm going to be talking a lot more about gaming hardware and just kind of my memories with those. So it's going to definitely be a lot more system focused. I'll be talking about kind of like the general things, like when I got certain systems, my love for certain systems, and I kind of touched a little bit on them in some of my software videos, especially the earlier easy mode videos where I didn't have like a clear picture of how I wanted to bring those in there. But with these, it's definitely going to be a lot more like, here's why I like the system, here's why I think the system's overrated, mid, whatever, yada yada, and like here are some memories I have with it. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Starting up, of course, I have the NES. I'm holding my mic with the other hand. So, yep, there we go, the NES. So, of course, I didn't grow up with the NES. I'm in my mid 20s, right below my mid 20s. I'm about to get to my mid 20s, actually. But I'm in my mid 20s, and I did not grow up with the NES. And I know a lot of people did. It's a console that I know is super popular. When I was working at a game store, the system was highly not sought after. I guess I should say the games. The games were really highly sought after, and we had this like super huge NES trade that came in one time, and a lot of people were just slowly whittling away at it. People picking up games, especially like the more popular ones, especially the ones that are like super rare. Like people were like snatched them up like instantly. And it just shows me that a lot of people love the NES. A lot of people love the system, and they're just like, this is a really dope system, outside of the fact that a lot of people grew up with it and a lot of people have nostalgia for it. For the longest time, anything that was video game related, right, whether it would show up in pop culture or media, etc., it would always be very 8-bit themed, until eventually transitioned to being 16-bit themed. Some stuff is still 16-bit themed, but a lot of it is now kind of that sixth generation, seventh generation of gaming, nostalgia pulling. But a lot of it was very centered around the nostalgia or the era of gaming that this guy created. And I think that is really cool. Now, am I an NES person personally? No, not really, because again, it's a little bit past my time. But as I mentioned in my NES video, my previous NES video, I've played some NES games, specifically Zelda 1, Mario Bros, Mario 1, a little bit of like Mario 2, Mario 3, of course. I keep forgetting that's an NES game. Feels like it's an SNES game, but I played, those, right? And they're cool, right? They're cool games, but they're nothing really that uh, would enter really my top 100. Super Mario Bros. 3 is a great game, but overall, I think that era of gaming and I just have a disconnect. I'm not really batting an eye if any of those games enter someone's top 100 or the top 50, but it's just personally not going to be in mine, especially with how long gaming as a medium has been here for like what now, the past like 50 years, 50, 40-ish years. Um, yeah, it's like we've just kind of evolved past this little guy. But you always have to pay respect to your elders. That's why I'll never really slander the Atari too much. I don't have an Atari, so that's not why we're starting off the series with this. But the NES is a fun system. It's a fun system. And I also really like its design as well. So I'll kind of go into that as well. But I like its design. Overall, I think the system as a whole has this really nice like VCR, almost like it very encapsulates the 80s slash degeneration and era that it comes from in terms of what was really popping in terms of toy design, since Nintendo had to do a lot of kind of toy marketing with some of this stuff. So with it's not a top loader. It kind of has like the little like, I don't really know what type of loader this is, but if anyone could tell me in the comments, because I'm being a little ignorant. But yeah, this is it's a cool design for sure. I just kind of like how boxy it is. I'm not really a hater of boxy styles in gaming or gaming designs, So this is something that is cool to me. But yeah, I like how the NES is designed. I'll talk a little bit about the controller as well. Iconic controller. It's not really something that I've used that often because all my NES games I've played have either been through emulation or through virtual consoles that Switch Online. So I have not played an actual full-on NES game through my NES, and I don't think I ever will. I low-key got this kind of as like a collection piece in the same way like I could put it alongside all the other Nintendo consoles I do care about. And NESs aren't that expensive anyway, or at least they weren't as expensive when I got mine. So I was like, you know what, collection piece, man. Why not? And I do have some NES games, as you guys saw in the last video, but still, the thing I like the most about the NES is just its history. I think it's a really cool system. It's got some good games, of course, that I've liked and I've enjoyed, but I still believe that this, for me personally, as a Gen Z guy, is more so just a piece of history to me. And I think that's cool. But the controller's not bad. Of course, it's iconic. There's nothing else to really say about that. I think I like the overall face design more than anything else, just with the little gray rectangles right here going down near the start and select buttons. And then, of course, there's the two A and B buttons. Just it's cool, man. I like it. I like it. It's not bad for real. It's really not bad. And next up, YouTube. This is a toy, so don't flag me for anything. But I got the Zapper, the Nintendo Zapper. This is pretty cool. This is pretty dope. Mostly because I think that having one of those arcade centered or very arcade coded games in your living room was something that was revolutionary for the time, probably, where you could just point at different things. I like Virtual Cop. Virtual Cop is kind of the one game like this I actually really rock with. I haven't played Duck Hunt, but or no, scratch that. I've played like a little bit of Duck Hunt, but I'm not very good at it. So Virtual Cop is like the one game where like I really rock with how that one is done, and the Zapper is what I have to thank for that. So, but I really like this controller a lot. I also got it mostly because of that novelty item. I don't really have a TV that can utilize this. I have a CRT TV, but I think a CRT is not good enough still for this. It's like one of those like really actually old TVs before that. I'm blanking on what it is. I'm not a TV connoisseur guy, right? But the Nintendo Zapper, it's cool. It's a good blick. I get it. Oh, jeez. um, yeah, it's dope. Next up, we've got the SNES, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Almost took the Super out of it, but either way, though, I actually really like this system. I like the Super Nintendo. I forgot to mention, I got my NES from my local game store, and I got my SNES actually from Facebook Marketplace. This guy, pretty good deal, was throwing in the system, two controllers, and like Mario World along with that too. So that was cool. But I like the SNES. I really rock with the design. I like the top loader thing. A lot of the SNES games are dope to me because I feel like they've aged super well and they're still super fun games. Super Mario World, A Link to the Past, Donkey Kong Country, the trilogy. Come on, man. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Yeah, man. Just SNES is a banger, banger system. And I think that more people honestly need to get hip to it. Even if you're, of course, say around the same age as me, same generation as me, I think that you should still get into the SNES. I've actually seen a lot of people in my similar age bracket that are getting into the SNES, and it pleases my heart because I actually really like this system. I haven't played a full-on game on my SNES. All my SNES games are very similar, where I played them away from the system because I was not a collector at the time. I played a lot of the SNES games I did play, so I don't really know how in depth into SNES collecting I'm going to get in. So I feel like I've just prioritized other stuff, but there's still SNES games I really want to actually collect and have physically. I want to have, Mario Kart. I want to have A Link to the Past physically. I want to have, I think Super Metroid is, yeah, Super Metroid. I want to have Super Metroid on here physically. Uh, Maybe not Super Mario RPG. There's another one that I'm blanking on, but I just it's not really coming to me. But yeah, no, this is cool. I rock with this a lot. So yeah, shout out the SNES, man. Good design too. I feel like it's better designed than the NES, mostly because they made it a little slimmer, still a little boxy, but I like really the two sliders on the front. Looks like it's got wait, there we go. Looks like it's got overalls, right? So it's It's not bad, man. It's not bad for real. But yeah, if you are the system that spawned Donkey Kong Country, then you got to be a pretty good system, in my opinion. In my opinion, am I tripping? Someone please tell me. Tell me, am I tripping? Please, please. And next up, I got the controller. Very similar controller to the NES, except we got shoulder buttons now, which is pretty dope. D-pad is very similar. I like how slanted the just moving that wire out the way. How slanted the start and select buttons are, as well as just adding the X and Y buttons. New not axes buttons because they're just it's just to give more options, I guess. But yeah, no, these are pretty cool in my opinion, and they're purple. The SNES's whole stick is the gray and purple, and purple's my favorite color. So man, it's a match made in heaven, honestly. Yeah, I would love to get more into SNES collecting. If I'm just being real, but yeah, good controller. Probably would have my leg up over the NES controller just because of the shoulder buttons and also the X and Y buttons. But uh, that's just my 2 cents. That's going to do it for the NES and SNES. Again, I don't really have that many memories with these, so I knew it was going to be a much shorter video. Kind of just wanted to introduce the series here, but I think that it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a fun one, and I'm looking forward to continuing to dive into these consoles and just speak with you guys as well, because you guys have been leaving some really great comments about how great these systems are, and honestly, just some fun memories. But without further ado, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see y'all next time.